little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brand Wide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Branches Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM, Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System, water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables built for your needs. CBI Cables, plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross-check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre, for all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at. Where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brand Wide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in, say hello to Jimbo. Check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brand Wide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Branches Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM, Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System, water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables built for your needs. CBI Cables, plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross-check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre, for all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at. Where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brandwide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in, say hello to Jimbo, check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Join us on Monday nights. Toast with Brandwide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Branches Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM, Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing, Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System, water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables, built for your needs. CBI Cables, plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try the schnitzel. Ask for a cross-check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre, for all your new construction plumbing needs.
4, 3,
outside,
2,
inside.
live. Paul Noecker, what is going on?
Woohoo! Greg Beecher, how you doing, brother? Yeti Nation, welcome.
Welcome. Sorry about making everybody wait a little bit. We, had our gear. We were doing Can-Am this weekend, which is amazing. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But, so we were a little behind schedule here.
Oh, sometimes there's delays on the runway, and it takes a couple seconds to get your proper flight time.
Get the flight time down. Yeah, plus we were in Schuylerville for a high school game. Our girls scored a goal, so if we didn't get shut out,
Bella.
and we made the as long as we make it through the first quarter and it's running, we haven't gone to running time yet because every game goes to running time. I consider that a victory for our guys. So, or women, I'm sorry, not guys, but yeah. So let's get on to the NLL. Oh my goodness, Paul, you were right. The Bandits just running with it.
Told you. Everybody's, granted, the last couple games, there's been a lot of block shots. Not every game there's been a lot of block shots, but I tell you one thing, Matty Vince stood on his head in game one. As did the other goalie, but the other goalie, he had a full half a season off to rest and relax, and no, he was
playing in the ALL, so he wasn't really rested and relaxing. He was playing.
Well, yeah, but he's not
traveling
like
things.
The rest of those are relatively close in proximity games, aren't they?
Yeah, they all play in one building, I believe.
Yeah, well,
so
there you go.
I'll give you that. They all play in one building, so I will totally give you that one.
He got a lot of rubber at practice, that's for sure. As far as and props to him, Dobes did a great job. Coach Mouse did a great job, but you want to know what? The Bandits just can keep coming down to the box and just keep going and going and going, and the defense is stifling, and they block shots. Those guys are fearless. They're just standing there like posters. Hit me, please. I want one in the shin. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I mean, honestly, once they lost the first game, it was over. I didn't see. Yeah, I figured Buffalo was going to steamroll through them. I told Trevor, because we were doing the game Sunday, he said, hopefully we win. He was going home to watch it. And I said, I'd like to see him win in Buffalo. He said, I'd rather not have to worry about it. So I was like, yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. You want to know what? Props to Vancouver, because they definitely had all of us Bandits fans on the edge of our seats until late in the game. And it was just like, oh, come on. No, we'd score. They'd come back and score. They take the lead, and then we got to fight back, get the lead. That was a great game last night. Other than the time frame, I wish they would have went a little bit earlier, just because today sucked as far as
it was a long day.
Dragon. we were, I know I was dragging
Yeah.
watching a late night lacrosse game because I couldn't go right to sleep afterwards. So yeah, I'm tossing and turning in bed thinking of everything lacrosse. So
Well, I mean, it was exciting, and I don't know, the game never really felt like it was over. So there was, yeah, you weren't going to sleep while all that was going on. So
no, not at all.
yeah,
Not you weren't. Statistically, Vancouver beat Buffalo on a bunch of stats that are important stats, and obviously, stats don't mean everything. You need to put the ball in the back of the net. So they finally figured out Delbs and started getting some through. And there's no question some highlight reel goals on both teams as far as that goes. But
oh yeah, that Chase Fraser one between the legs, though, I can't wait till
that
he's back playing with Allegheny again. We had plenty of highlights with him last year. I'm sure we will again this year too.
I'm
It's
sure.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
insane the stuff. I mean, we had crazy highlights all week.
yeah. And he had so much time there. It was a great pass by Dane as far as that goes. A little reach around, dump pass to the front there, but there was no slide coming the other way. They spread him out far enough so that slide couldn't come in. It was all wide open for him. I mean,
Yeah.
he literally took, at, you guys have all watched it. It was almost like a pause there while he got his stick in the proper to go through the legs and everything. And it was like, wow, quite the shot, no question. But some great, again, Matty Vince had some incredible stack in the pads and making some great saves. And and how about that May?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. I don't know. I honestly though watching it though I felt good because Vancouver is going to be here for years to come. I mean they've already started. They're moving like this. Nobody picked them this year. Everybody thought they were going to finish out of it. Instead they make it to the semis. So kudos to Vancouver and those guys. I got to say though this Buffalo defense that is special. Now we've seen a couple games in a row that they've held these teams down. So what did they hold them down to? 4 San Diego. So the first round of the playoffs was 4. Second round 3. You're not going to win a game with 7, and it took 2 games for the team to get 7. And then on Sunday, Vancouver was able to score 9. So I mean that's huge. But wow, this this Buffalo defense, we give them a lot of crap and Vince a lot of crap because they play with 3 goalies. But there really is something to it though. It's working.
it's a definitely a game plan that others are obviously have implemented. I'm sure Coach Travers is, he's one of the best players ever to play the game and be able to coach at that level and that level of guy. Those players, they're freaks of nature in regards to their size and abilities and how they're able to play that game. And he's able to think that stuff and draw some of them plays up that he does, knowing that which player do I want to go with? Everybody thinks it's going to be what's his name, Smith, or it's going to be Josh Bryan. But yeah, well, you got to watch out for Frazier, Scanlon. That
Yeah,
little
Scanlon, McKay. I mean, that
let's
whole.
go Courier.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Nanitoke. I mean, there's one after the other, after the other, after the other, and they've
Yeah,
definitely got
Buchanan. I mean, you could go up and
Buchanan.
down that list. You're always leaving somebody out. It is crazy. Let's talk about that Rush Halifax game, though. What happened to the goaltending? He just fell apart. He was like what 45% save percentage is what I think Hutchison ended up with. Hill comes in. Hill does a little better, but what in the heck is going on up there?
That's their albatross, no question. There, it seems. I
Yeah,
mean, they got some offense, they got some defense, yeah, but they ran into a rush of green monsters. Man, those guys, man is a man. That's for sure.
yeah.
We watched them in Albany this year, the very first game, and to sit there and say that they weren't all that. They're all that in a bag of chips, no question.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they probably have the best chance going against Buffalo. We might as well just get into next weekend's picks
All right,
because
we can
it's really
definitely do
only
that.
2 games, and it
It,
might only be one. What do you think we got? We got 1 game or 2 games going this weekend, Paul?
for the sake of wanting to watch more box lacrosse, I would hope it's 2 games. I kind of like the Sunday.
I will say
Just
Blue
don't.
Squatch Productions will have a game on Sunday. We will be in Tonawanda. Trevor will be in Tonawanda streaming. So Blue Squatch will have a Can-Am game going on Sunday. So we'll have that.
Okay.
Saturday we'll have a Junior B game going. We're going to be at Lockport. But I I think I don't know. Halifax is
I
such an
don't think it's gonna
emotional.
happen.
No,
Yeah.
Halifax is such an emotional team. I think they got under their skin. They're going to come out. They'll go and they'll probably come out to an early lead, but I think they just kind of blow their load early. And I'm going to give this to the Rush.
Yeah.
OJ, who you
And
picking?
OJ's in the house. Jackson.
And also, we didn't know what Josh picked either. Boy, my
Yeah, I
goodness,
know.
this was a
You know,
real thrown together show for us today. I tell
well,
you, the summer crept right up on us.
you know what? It is creeping crazy because we got a lot to talk to about the other side of
Ouch.
the Yeti. But
1-6.
1 and
Ouch.
6. Ouch. 1 and 6. Who went 1 and 6? Oh, I'm tied with Josh.
Yeah.
Wow, we're doing
Nobody
pretty
went
good
one
in the
and six. Look at that. We're good. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It just
What are you
disappeared.
talking about? That's a
OJ's
great move
going
right there.
sass. I'm jumping in the
Yeah.
Discord real quick to ask Josh where he was going because man,
I got to go with Sass too myself. They just look too. Although it's in Halifax, but I don't know. That green. Ty and his green rush. They're angry. They're a bunch of. They're playing angry, and that's what you want, I guess, at this point, right?
yeah, we're gonna have the Bison versus the Buffaloes.
I like that.
That's what I think we're thinking. I don't know. It ought to be interesting to see. Yeah, I just don't see him coming back too. I mean, Sass is just young, hungry, fast. They got a lot of old pieces, but man, their defense improved dramatically this year.
And that starts with the goalie play.
Yeah, no, Shigliano's played huge.
He's playing great. And that's why did Halifax? I mean, Halifax was getting a hell of a lot of enough shots. It was just that he kept on freaking saving them.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? The goalie's on. That's the awesome part. Thank goodness it's a series now, and it's not just. I like the one game first round, and I like the series now with the second round.
Both games are in Toontown. Are they home for both?
Bernie Tan is in the house.
Gotcha.
It's been a while, my friend. How you been?
No, both games are in SAS, which means they would have been second. Oh, that's how the NLL put it up too. Gotcha. Yeah, and like I said, I don't think it's going to matter. I think there's only going to be one game. Yeah, Josh is going Rush.
He's going Rush too.
Yeah.
It's a foursome.
All right, and then you know what? If somehow it goes to the game 3, give me Halifax on Sunday.
There you go.
I'm gonna just take Halifax on Sunday because they're gonna roll right through. We probably won't have it. I don't get the loss if the game doesn't happen, so I can't affect my schedule.
That's true too, huh? Always thinking.
Yeah. What about you, Paul? Where are you going in game 2 if it's necessary?
If it's necessary, the
It
game
won't be
2 is necessary in regards
game
to
3,
that because it's game.
I get you.
Necker getting technical. Yeah.
When Necker's getting you on semantics, you better check what you're talking about.
I'm going. No, it's Sasquatch. The Sasquatches, the Squatches.
The Rush are going to win it either way.
Yeah, the Green Buffalo.
Yeah, Bison. Right? Are they the Bison, the Prairie?
Well, a Bison and a Buffalo are pretty much the same thing, I believe.
They're very close, but I watched a YouTube video that said only the people that call them Bisons are right. Buffalo wings and everything is not accurate.
Probably not. Well, we're in New York.
Makes sense. We would do everything backwards, so. Yeah. I'm going to go with, I would definitely go with that either way.
Yeah. Prairie's got a great team out in the tundra.
Out in the prairie land.
Yeah, out in prairie land. Absolutely. Yeah, I got to go with there's
Yeah,
and
and
if
those
there's
guys
a
are
game
both going with the
three,
rush if there's a game 2 as well, I would imagine, since
and
they
that
went
goes
in game
back
1.
to up north, doesn't it? Out west,
Yeah,
the third game. Yeah.
yeah. They're staying right there. So anyway, let's just talk about the stat leaders real quick. When you talk about the goal leader being Ian McKay, and that guy might not get transition player of the year, it's like, what is going on here? They oh, there we go. She's got it all up. I don't even have to look at my
She's got
phone anymore.
everything. Yeah, the
How
kid's
mad?
on
How
fire,
mad is Halifax for letting Austin Shanks go?
right? He makes a
6
difference.
goals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he makes a difference.
yeah. He had 6 goals in the. Yeah, that's nuts. Absolutely insane. And then, yeah, I don't know. As you look at this, though, man, things look good for Vancouver. Next year is going to be a great year. I got a feeling.
How many didn't they have a bunch of draft picks past couple of years?
Yeah,
So they're relatively a very young team, and finally getting Coach Mouse's using OJ's terms there. Coach Mouse's
team.
it's his
His
team now.
guys,
He's got the young guys that are I can teach them what I want them to do. So that's a great feature.
Yeah.
Look at them saves. Yeah, buddy. Who's the number 1 goalie? Yeah, buddy.
Well, I mean, number 1 in minutes. But yeah, if we're talking about more saves, it is Del Bianco that's above him.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's just
But
grand.
wins are all that matters.
Where's he? Where's he? Where's he? Where's he?
Building houses
OJ,
in Vancouver.
Yeah. OJ, where is he? He's at home.
At home building houses. Yeah, you're gonna have that from time to time.
I'm that guy. You want to know what? Like I said, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and anytime I can come back with a little vengeance towards anybody, that's how we roll.
Yeah, can't say I blame you. Charity just went out chasing the dogs. Must be they're eating something, I'm sure.
Oh boy, they got the shoe, the good shoe.
It better not be the good shoes. I just got myself a pair of shoes. I'll be very upset. The dogs are not.
They're smelling that nice fresh leather. Fresh leather, Dad.
Yeah, there'll be issues. We'll say that. Oh, he was in the dishwasher. Even better. So not there at all.
Even better. Not at all.
Spinning.
Got himself a nice fork.
No, this is my goal of the weekend for me, though. This kid, yeah. Silas Jonathan, 2-way transition player. The video is huge, though. I don't know why it got so big. It disappears. You got to hit play again. I got a looper. Yeah. This one was good.
Is this with the...
Oh, yeah. And he bounces it into that top corner. That was nuts.
Look at the arch on his back while he's making that shot. That's pretty, again, these younger guys, I hope they keep going with it because, the talent we're seeing in the NLL, this is the NLL next. These are the guys that's the future, isn't it? I mean, these guys are balling.
Yeah. So they had a couple NLL guys there too. So they got Joel Watson, who was the Vegas goalie last year. So that's who's in net right there for the Braves. You've got Jensen from the Nighthawks. I've heard some rumors about somebody else coming from the Ottawa Black Bears who me and Josh happen to be a big fan of his style of play. I won't make any further comments on that. If you watch the show, you'll know who I'm talking about. But yeah, no, I think Tonawonda's geared up to take a run at Allegheny. They want to take on the Allegheny Bandits.
That's what it's all about.
I love it. The nation pride and full. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you look at this, it was raining out, and there's still all these people here. And it's down. Yeah, we got rained out all day. This place is absolutely amazing. If you've never been to Logan Field, it's pretty impressive. But no, I mean the Waylon Abrams, I was counting it earlier. He must have had 5 goals, I think, as I was skipping through looking for some of these. Him and Gates are on fire. Gates has dropped 60 pounds. There's that Jensen from the Nighthawks right there, Taylor Jensen, number 7.
Okay.
Yeah, he must have had 100 loose balls. Yeah, Owen Hill, who's just caught that one, and that was a save, but he's another guy. They dropped a bunch of weight. I bet you their team dropped 300 pounds. Like, they are very serious about being athletic. Yeah. Yeah, so there's the max 3 NLL guys this year, so. And Watson doesn't count as an NLL guy this year. Okay. Yeah, that is a
Now would Delbert? Well, yes, he would because he came in at the end of the season.
3 games, I think. It's either 3 or 4 games, I was told. That you have if you play 3 or 4 games. So Goa counts. So that'll be interesting for Allegheny too because they have Goa, so he counts as one of their pros because he dressed every game this year basically between Calgary and Toronto.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, I would imagine they're going to have the other two the 2 big goal scorers coming back from what I heard. Oh my, yeah, that was Waylon Abrams on that.
Jake get his goal?
Yeah. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna
highlight
make
reel of.
Yeah, I got to make a short of that tomorrow when I can see it a little better, slow it down. Jake, the bounce shot he put on was crazy because it was like just wide of the net, but just enough spin to hook it back in. Yeah, it was nuts. It doesn't quite look as cool on camera as it did in person, but when I watched it, I was like, "Are you serious?" He bounces it right over Watson's ankle. Oh man,
It's crazy. I mean, the goalie thinks you got it because you're playing angles, and then because of the spin, these guys are throwing. They're dropping 3-6 inches. All depends on how big spin they put on it.
Oh yeah. Well, and so going back to that league, so Allegheny will be really interesting because they also can't bring back Thornbert because Thornbert was taking faceoffs all year for the Black Bears. So they'll be missing a couple guys. So yeah, I would imagine if Cloutier and Frazier want to come back, they're coming back.
Youth to pop up.
Yeah. No, they're local guys. That's so the whole reason everybody likes to talk about that. But when you watch these games, the guys that make the difference are really these two-way transition players. They get up and down the floor. They're out there all the time. Your big guys might get a hat trick. Maybe on a big night they get a sock trick. But to play in, play out every week, you want to win. That's a beautiful dunk. You got to have great goalie play, and you got to have defense that can tire out the other side. Because a lot of these teams, so like Newtown was right in that game, but I tell you, Allegheny, their athleticism in this game. So the Warriors, Tonawanda, you see the same thing here. The Warriors were able to keep it pretty close until about halfway through the second here, and then it really just kind of starts getting carried away. But then at one point they made it look like they were making a run back into it. I tell you,
right?
There was I heard a rumor that the Utica Yeti were supposed to be a Can-Am team. Somebody was trying to argue with me about it. I was like, no, they're not. He's like, I'm telling you, they are. I was like, I think there was somebody else trying to work on something. I'm telling you right now, Utica Yeti are an NABLL team.
Yeah. We was there a thought? Maybe there was an itty bitty smidgen, and then no. We're it's a we're happy where we are right now, and we're getting excited for what's about to start transpiring here.
Yeah, we're going to start talking about Yeti stuff here in a couple minutes. This Waylon Abrams, 25 for them, he had like a game of games, man. Right here, he's just going to cut across and whoop. Oh, what a rocket.
I'm sitting here watching the wrong one. I'm watching what's on YouTube, and you're talking about what's on there. I'm like, all right.
It's amazing. Yeah, see, so like right there, he pushes it twice down below, gets the pass himself, and then, that was sweet. So there's quite a few guys. So Cam Simpson used to be an Eel. He was playing there. You're watching. There's a lot of cross playing going on between these leagues, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm very curious to see what this Lakers team looks like. I know that guys got rosters up, but it's different to see who actually is traveling for these games, Oh, Watson, he is such a big man.
Some guys got rosters up.
Some guys got rosters up.
I got to figure out if there's, some guys got, it's a secret password that they didn't send me to hide my roster before the season. So yes.
Yeah.
What we got? Something good?
Well, it was just that Waylon Abrams picking corners apart, but man, he was good. I tell you, so this Grand Warriors, the Grand River, I keep calling them the Grand Warriors, but it's the Grand River Warriors. They come from Six Nations, and now there's another team in the Junior League. I'd be wondering if they're going to end up in the, which is from over by Aqui in Messina, and I would wonder if they're going to have a senior team pretty soon, unless they would probably play Three Nations though. But yeah, look at Gates. I hardly recognized him out there. 60 pounds lighter, playing defense, back checking, doesn't have his hands on his rib pads, exhausted after every play.
getting up and down the field.
Yeah, this Corey Becker, he's a
Well, and
monster.
Now it was raining pretty good,
It had its
because
moments.
I can only imagine.
It poured during the day, and I tell you, that Grand River Warriors goalie Gibson, he made a ton of saves and he was great. But I don't know if he's ever played in the rain. And his stick, you could see he wasn't passing like he normally would.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Between the sticks, with there's so much leather in that. That's a whole different. I was thinking equipment. I'm like, my golly, it's heavy enough. Now you start throwing some rain on top of that. That chest protector's got to be. That and your pants have got to getting really droopy. The old stretch on the suspenders there, you got to tighten them up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Huh.
No, they you got to throw an
Now,
extra
do
pair
they
of
have
suspenders
locker
on.
rooms? Is there a locker room?
They're right behind the
Or do they have
benches. There's a
locker rooms
box
for the guys or no?
So right, like it's attached to the bench itself,
Okay.
basically, but it's right in the back of that. So it's like, yeah. So basically, where we're sitting,
Gotcha.
they've got locker rooms that are just behind the bench, so you can go in and out there. So at least like their gear doesn't have to sit out in the rain or any of that.
Yep.
Like our girls today down in Skyler
Right.
Grove.
They got a covered shelter anyhow. Then
Yeah.
a little bit of a covered shelter for everybody's stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it just makes me wonder. I sit here and dream of Tri-City someday. Could we get it to this? That would be that'd be my ultimate if we could do something.
Yeah.
Because we're grass right now and no goal. The nice thing is we do have turf for the goalie stands, so that is a nice feature. But the guys don't want to get their shit stuff full of grass and dirty and all that stuff. They're not. That was a nice. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one again.
Yeah.
That was a nice shake from behind.
So there was some changes. Jackson brings it up in the chat actually about the new rules in the NLL. So they've extended the transition lines. You see them back farther away. There is now, it used to be that you only had the over and back and the 8-second violation when you were man down. Now it's all the time, similar to the NLL. And as you saw right there, there's no cylinder rule for the crease. Everybody's diving all over the place. Oh.
Okay. So they do have a over and back now.
They have over and back now. Yeah, the rules basically mimic the NLL with the exception of 3 periods now. So that was why the first game took me a minute. It's same rules you guys follow now, except they play 3 periods instead of 4 quarters.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So we get almost a full 15 minutes of playtime. More than them, right?
No, you
do
play
they run running clock or
they play 20-minute periods, so it's 3 20 minutes. It's 60 minutes versus your 15-minute fours. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, it's the same amount of playing time. I happen to like it because I think you get a little more. You get more of a break in between the periods. So having that, you get more. So the start of each period, everybody kind of comes back flying. Yeah, made him think of Junior A in Ontario.
It's good, but for for myself and the fans, we got to have that small little separation so that we can get the frisbee, the Fay Farms frisbee toss in there, and all the good 50-50.
But you end up with more time though. So essentially, you have 2 20-minute intermissions versus you have a 2-minute, a 2-minute, and a 12-minute. So you only have 16 minutes. Right. So they get 4 extra minutes. See that? Think of how many Fay Farms frisbees can be thrown in 4 minutes. That's a lot of frisbees.
That's a lot of frisbees. That is a lot of frisbees. But we got to throw some T-shirts out in the crowd too. So we got to make sure we have that time and pick up, and we got to be fast. There's a lot of things happening. That's for sure.
All right. So what is going on in the Yeti world?
Yeti World. Hello, Yeti World. A lot of great things. Obviously, we've been going on 4 weeks, getting a month in, and college guys are starting to show up. So that's been exciting. Watching the guys bond in mold has been very exciting. As far as seeing Coach Johnny and Rich Dahmer, as far as not knowing each other and watching them gel as coaching staff, that's been pretty cool too, because again, like I said, they didn't know each other than, Rich tried out the one time last year for the first practice, and then he tweaked his knee. So he's like, all done. So we were lucky enough to, I got a hold of him, and we got him onto the coaching staff, and he's been helping out with the goalies with some insightful stuff back and forth. He's got a lot of box experience as well. So him being able to put a good 2 cents in there of helping us what he's seeing so that we can make some changes and everything's been awesome. So that's helped out Johnny a lot. And as far as the guys, most of them know him because he was up at Herkimer coaching and everything. So, and being around, so that's a great feature going forward there. And the schedule is completed. We're very excited. A little bit saddened because it's not as big as what we once wanted it to be. But we got the JR Gaudette Memorial Run that we're doing to fire up the season this year. And as far as couldn't ask for a better team to be playing against right down the road from us with Oneida. So I'm excited because I know JR's son played a little bit of Onondaga ball down there, and I'm sure there's probably some senior Onondaga players on the Oneida team, I'm assuming.
I can't wait to see what this Oneida team looks like. I haven't even seen Onondaga yet in Can-Am, so I'm excited. I think it's going to be interesting. I think the Yeti got a lot younger than everybody thinks. I think he got some tricks up the sleeve. I'll say you got some new talent there. I'm excited. I was pumped. I can't wait to see what it looks like with the college guys. The biggest thing I noticed with you guys, and honestly I noticed it with Tonawanda too, was just the speed and the transition, how much faster the D transition guys got getting up the floor and all that. And I think that's going to be huge. I think when you're talking summer ball, so much of it comes down to that because, yes, you need the talent, you need a goalie, but you also need guys that can run the whole game because you get in some of these fourth quarters, boy, and you start seeing real quick who can still run.
Well, especially in the middle of June and July when it's 95 degrees out. And it's now 105 inside a couple of the rinks that we play in. It makes a difference. You got to be, and the guys are. They're putting in their time. Whether we're only running once a week right now, so it's not like we're getting a couple practices where these guys are getting their runs in at practice. They're doing it on their own, and props to them because you can see Johnny's. During the drills, we're doing a great job in regards to keeping it high pace, high tempo. And let's get our running in during the drills. And that's one thing that we've been focusing on. One thing that has been cool is the breaking them down again. As far as last year, we do a lot of because we come from a field background, 99% of us are all field players. We still have a tendency to do the watching of the shot. Where's the shot going versus reacting and the shots taken, not
reacting versus anticipation. You need to know already what you're doing. The high guy needs to already start breaking, looking over his shoulder to see if the ball's coming or if he needs to turn around and come back. That kind of stuff. And actually, so speaking of which, we had Maddie Davis on the show, and then Charity was just showing me. So she was a New York State high school athlete of the year. What was the award?
For Oswego.
Yes.
Yeah, she won the. She was on the Oswego Lakers women's team, and they took down Cortland, their first ever SUNYAC championship. So, she was a little slow to start, and in the second half, she showed her dominance of how she can play. Props to her. Congrats, absolutely.
Yeah, no, kudos to her, and congratulations on the SUNYAC. I couldn't remember what it was called. I did remember seeing it. Charity showed it to me over the weekend. But
yes.
All right, Paul, I'd say we've done enough for this week. We probably going to be a quick show next week, and then we're basically that next week's actually our 100th show, isn't it? This is 99.
It is. We're having a party next week.
Yeah, we'll be giving away. What are we going to give away? We'll give away a T-shirt. We'll make a Blue Squatch Yeti Talks T-shirt, and we'll be giving away 100.
Episode.
I got my. Yes. I finally found my Yeti hat too. I've been looking for this thing. Well, it was packed away in my camera gear. So as soon as we went out Greg, this year, we found it.
It's funny you say that. Is young junior came walking out earlier on, and I'm like, where the heck did you get that at? Don't you worry about that hat. I'm like, it was one of my original ones, and I'm like, I haven't seen that thing in 4 years. And he came out, I'm like, that'll be back in my possession, Junior. Yeah. But yeah, next week is 100th anniversary. I think, you want to know what, Greg? If we can, we got a couple new sponsors that I would love to let's put them on the 100th year, and we'll get them rocking and rolling and getting their name out there so everybody can start supporting them as well.
Well, next year we'll start it. We're going to kick it off. It'll be the opening of the 2025 season, our 100th show anniversary, and we are ready to roll. It's going to be, we'll watch some highlights from last year and get ready for the season. I'm excited.
You know, I got to hold on a second. Go this way. Make your
move.
Make your move. Don't be wet, be dry, baby. That's all it.
All right. Until next week, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Yeti Nation, we love you. We'll talk to you next week.
Much love. Brand-wide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Branches Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM. Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System. Water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables, built for your needs. CBI Cables, plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joint.